We just heard a song from a band called the Pogues. Pogooies. It's the Pogues. I don't have to fake butcher it because I know how to say that one. It's the Pogues with Waxy's Dargle, which I don't even know what that begins to mean, but I like it. And so that's why we heard it. And then before that was The Clash with Julie's Been Working for the Dream here on Punk Rock 911. We had technical errors during that first break, and none of the video recorded. So now we're recording segment 2 of the show because, well, I'm not going to redo it. I felt good about the first segment, so we're going to keep that. We're going to lock it, load it, leave it in the show. And YouTube is just going to get segment 2 and the final segment. So that's how we're going to do this one. I got actually some decent feedback about the video that I posted from the last episode, which if you haven't watched it, you can find by searching I'm Crystal on YouTube. Or if you haven't listened to the show and you're watching on YouTube, you can find my show, Punk Rock 911, by searching the title, or again, at I'm Crystal, because it'll come right up because I'm the user that generates the show. And so that's how we're going to do that. And that's what we're going to say about that. If I start getting into the weeds with where you're watching and how you're whoosing and what's in, I'm going to get confused. But okay, I mentioned that I'm just feeling myself right now today, and that's why I wanted to do a video. I don't intend on recording videos every time I do a show, but I'm having fun, and it's another thing to play around with. And with the videos, I can add pictures that I'm gonna do to this video as I point to where it's gonna be, even though I'm not gonna add a picture until right here. This is how I spent my morning. I was hanging out with Gapper from the Reds. You know, Gapper, the big red guy with the blue hair and the long yellow nose. I was hanging out with that dude this morning. My work has a partnership or a sponsorship with the Reds, and so they partner with the Reds Foundation, and they needed some renovations done and some cleanup done at their parks. And so I and a bunch of my coworkers went down and we did some yard work and landscaping and painting and windscreen removing and all sorts of nonsense. And so we did all that this morning. We got new shirts and it's got the Reds logo on it, which is cool. It's got our business on the back, and it's like the tech shirt, so it's really light. And when I sweat, it wicks it away, which is nice because it was hot this morning. And we got to hang out with Gapper. And here's another picture that I took. I think it's funny if you're only listening on Spotify, you're like, what are you talking about? Because I'm not on social media and I don't have a plan to get back on it anytime soon. So if you want to see it, I guess you're just going to have to listen to the show and then watch the video and find out what the heck I was talking about. And here's one last picture that I'm going to do, and we're going to put it right here. And you can see that's my coworker. She's pretty awesome. Robin's great. She is the one that trained me. She's the reason that I drink coffee, all the things. And she isn't even part of the subgroup that I'm in with work. And I was like, hey, I'm going to go do some cleanup stuff for the Reds. Do you want to join me? And she was like, yeah, let's go. And so we went, and we didn't get placed on the same team, but we, got there at the same time, and then we ate lunch together, and then we left at the same time. So it worked out really well, and we got a couple pictures and stuff like that. And yeah, I hung out with Gapper. Super nice. He broke character once he realized that I had done character work before. And which, if you don't know, I used to work at Kings Island, and so I was Scooby-Doo, in the costume for Scooby, because I'm the right height, and he's my favorite pup. If you are watching the video, there's a picture. That's Scooby right there that I'm pointing at. It's the gang with Ash Williams. I can't do that. Whatever. Ash Williams there, and the Necronomicon, and that's my whole Ash Williams, Bruce Campbell section of wall right there. But I was Scooby, and because I like Scooby, and I always have. And so I did that, and I was other characters as well, but primarily Scooby. And so we got to relate. We're going to start a Mascots Anonymous club where we just go and, share horror stories of interactions that we have when we're in costume. And so it was super funny. And then as soon as more people started showing up, because we got there super early, he was like, okay, and so that's how it went. And so that's I was sweating, so I had this headband on, and then I literally had 4 people compliment my hair, which was great. One dude said if I could do it all over again, I would go back and I would want to just start over as your haircut. Not like start over with your hair. No, he was like, I want to start over as your haircut. And I was like, I don't understand what that means, but like, I'm flattered. So let's talk. And so we talked a little bit, and it was super cool. And we made bracelets together, and I made mine, and it's got RBI on it. Not for Runs Batted In, but for, damn it, I should have had the website already pulled up. It's over, stupid. I'm dumb. It's basically, their RBI is like it's an organization that the Reds started for reinvigorating baseball for the inner city. That's what it RBI. See, reinvigorating baseball for the inner city. And they basically take underserved kids and they serve them and they bring them into the fields, and it's like professional quality. Everything is up to spec, up to code for baseball field sizes and stuff like that. And they bring them in and they can play baseball for free, and they have a workout room that they can work out in. And they basically like are bringing in all of these inner city kids that don't have a chance to do this any other place, and they're giving them a place to do it, and a lot of them get to do it for free. And so super cool. I love anything that benefits kids. And I'll tell you a thought that I had about that in the next break after we hear a couple songs. We're going to keep it old school. We're going to hit the Buzzcocks with Everybody's Happy Nowadays. But first, this is Sham 69 with Hurry Up, Harry. You're listening and tuned in to Punk Rock 911. There it was. There was the wild card for this episode of Punk Rock 911 from Sleep Token called Aqua Regia. I don't actually know if that's right or not. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm not Sleep Token, but they are. So hopefully you liked it. That was the wild card, which means that this show is now just sliding into home base. As we finish here on Punk Rock 911, I would be remiss to say thank you for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Just me stand here and yap and flail about like a fool. Again, just in case you forgot all of the things that I mentioned earlier, I am Chris Saul. This is my show, Punk Rock 911. It drops a new episode on Spotify exclusively every single Friday. And so if you're watching or listening to this on Friday or sometime like a Tuesday at 3 o'clock, I hope it is a good whatever it is for you. Remember to answer the question on the Spotify show description. Remember to go to my website, find my voicemail link, leave me a voicemail. You can answer the question that way. You can do all sorts of stuff. There's all sorts of ways to find me, and be on the lookout for, I guess it'll be an announcement of how I'm going to be presenting, talking about reviewing horror movies, because it's spooky season. I don't care if everyone else doesn't acknowledge it yet. I do. And really, I'm the one that matters in my life. So I have a whole wall of just Bruce Campbell things. There it is. Yeah. Hal Haney. Shout out to Hal Haney. He does good stuff. And I've got Laserdisc of Army of Darkness with Bruce Campbell's autograph on it. Thanks, John, for giving me that Laserdisc. BT dubs. Super dope. Anyway, I've rambled enough, and so I'm going to call it a show right here, right now. Thanks for tuning in and checking it out. I hope whatever it is for you, you have a good whatever it is. And until next time, I'll talk to you next time on the very next brand new shiny episode of Punk Rock 911. I have been Chris Saul saying, see ya, talk to ya later.